this module, we are going to learn how to get a great date. Have you ever felt frustrated with dating? Are you ready to start having fun on your dates and attracting the right people? If you're anything like me, you probably are. So the best daters in the world know how to attract love and have fun. They know the smart dating skills. So in this quick 15-minute video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to be more attractive, how to have fun and be successful on your dates, how to potentially get a date by this weekend, and how to create a killer online profile. So for this video, you're going to need a few things. You may want to pause the video for a moment, grab a pen, a piece of paper, give this video your full attention. Remember, you're creating your dating future here. So shut off your email, shut off your phone, maybe close the door, put headphones in, and give this short video your full attention. Are you ready to get started on this module? Okay, let's go.
Okay, an important part of the Love Tools modules is actually dating. So we are going to talk about how to get a great date, and I'm going to give you my best tips and the tools that I used in the dating world. So let's level the playing field here. I often hear men and women say to each other, "You have it easier." No, you have it easier. But let's just look at some of the statistics and talk about the reality. 95% of men say they want to get married someday. 50 million Americans are still single. So that means there's a huge dating pool out there for us to practice in the dating world. 52% of online daters are men. That's pretty awesome. That means that there are plenty of men out there, ladies, and they're online dating. 90 million single adults in the United States alone. That means you could go on pretty much a date every single day for the next 30 years and never go through all the guys. So the pool is huge. 1/3 of online daters never actually go out on a date. So are you going to be the person that just stays behind the computer, or are you actually going to get out there and go on a date? Because to create a great dating life, you actually have to be out in the world. And this is a pretty important statistic. Men are terrified of women, and women are afraid to get hurt. So that's why we stay behind our computers, locked in our homes, and not out on great dates on Friday or Saturday night. So move through the fear and let yourself get out there and take some risks. So why is dating so important? Because dating equals romance, which equals love, which equals fulfillment. An important statistic that I want each of you to know: most of you are going to be in the Chicagoland area, and Chicago is voted one of the best cities in the world to still date in. It has the laid-back Midwest mentality. It's an outgoing city, and men and women still do activities together. They play volleyball on the beach. They go to concerts together. It's not like that across the U.S. So if you are in Chicago, there is no excuse on getting a great date or just getting out in the world and practicing. So dating is so important because our brain is always looking for a way to create romance. And romance creates those feelings of love, those release of oxytocin. And when we are in love, we feel more fulfilled in our lives, more complete, more whole, and we can give back to the world in a greater way. So how do we actually have a great date? Once we're on the date, how do we actually have a great date? I'm going to walk through these 5 steps on how to cultivate a great date in the moment. The first is the power of presence. It is extremely attractive if you give your 100% attention to the person sitting across the table from you. So this means absolutely no cell phones on the date, not being distracted by other things, and giving 100% of your attention to what the person across the table is saying. And you may find when you come from a curious place, you may find that other person more attractive as well. Next, the power of truth. We are going to talk about this all throughout the Love Tools system. Speaking truth from your heart wholeheartedly releases a powerful hormone called oxytocin. And oxytocin is the love or the cuddle hormone. It allows people to fall in love with each other. So speaking your truth, that means opening up your heart, taking a risk, and saying something that is truthful to you. Next, the power of eye contact. When you look into someone's eyes, deeply, you see into their soul. The power of eye contact is contagious. There is research out there, scientific evidence that proves that people can fall in love with each other all over again just by looking into each other's eyes for 4 consistent minutes. The power of eye contact is so important. So when you're on the date, use this in conjunction with the power of presence. Make eye contact with the person. Or if you are someone who needs a little practice with the opposite sex, practice making eye contact in the street this week. See what happens. Notice how the world is different when you make solid eye contact with people in your life. Next, practice being in your feminine or masculine energies. Ladies, this means stepping back, being gracious, coming from a curious place, and allowing the man to lead. Ladies, you will be surprised at how powerful, courageous, and strong the men are in your life if you relax from your masculine energy. This also means bring your best, look beautiful. That's right, get your hair looking nice. Have a friend maybe support you with the outfit that you're wearing. You want to look your best. You want to bring your best to the date. Men, this means step up, open the door for the lady, let her feel safe and trusted. Pull out her chair. You make the plans. You are decisive. You're clear. You're direct. This allows women to feel safe and to step back into their feminine energy. Finally, novelty. To have a great date, whether the person across the table from you is boring as a snail, you can still have fun if you bring in the element of novelty. My husband and I have been together for 4 years, and something that we have to do on a regular basis is create novelty in our life to keep the love flowing and going. So, on the next date, think of a few fun ideas of things that you've always wanted to try in your personal life. Maybe you've wanted to try skydiving. Maybe you've wanted to go roller skating because you used to love it as a kid. Maybe you want to sit on the beach and have a glass of wine. Try something new and novel on the next date, and that will bring an element of novelty and fun to the brain, so it will allow you to have more fun on the date. Having a great date is so important because it allows a place to cultivate love. So what's next in how to get a great date? Well, you have to plan for success. Because the truth is, dating can be challenging. I'm not going to lie. But if you plan for success, it can be about learning, growing, and stretching yourself. And when you learn more about yourself, you grow. And when you grow, you become a more attractive, more radiant person, which allows you to have more success in the dating world. That's why I keep using the words learning, growing, and stretching yourself. So how do you plan for success? Well, first, dating is a numbers game, plain and simple. It's a simple math equation. The more times you put yourself out online, the more reach outs that you have on your online profiles, the more time you walk into Starbucks and say hello to people or ask people out on the dates, the more likely you'll be successful. Some of the most successful daters in my life go on 3 to 4 dates every week with different people just to learn about the dating process, to stretch themselves, to grow. And after they do this for a while, they finally start deciding, okay, this is a person of value. This is not a person of value. So dating is a numbers game. The more dates you go on, the more likely you're to find and create and cultivate true love. It's simple like a job application. If you want a really amazing job, you don't apply for just one job one time. You apply for 20 or 30 or 50 or 60 jobs that you're really excited about that may lead to great opportunity in your future. Next, online profiles are essential. Essential. Having a killer online profile is so important. And I want to talk about photos. You must have a professional photo on your online profile. The very first thing that the brain does is that it looks for beautiful pictures. In a millisecond, your brain is going to make a decision about someone else's photo, and someone is going to do that to you in a millisecond. So you need to have professional photos on your online profiles. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ask a friend who's a photographer, jump on Thumbtack or jump on Craigslist and ask someone to take photos of you, professional headshot and body shot, in a classy nice outfit in an environment that you feel comfortable. I'm going to show you some pictures here. Look at the difference between this candid camera shot and this professional shot. The before and after are strikingly different. Jill is now married. She changed her photo, she worked on herself, and she got better dates. Higher quality men started reaching out to her profile because it looks like she values herself more in the after picture. Next, look at Jean, her before and after. Look at what a beautiful woman Jean is, but how she tones herself down in the before picture. The after picture, it brings out her natural beauty, her natural glow. And this is important. She has a headshot and a full body shot. When you have just a headshot, the first thing that people say is, oh, they're fat. So you must have a full body shot. Beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. So get professional photos on your online profile today. Do not wait. The next thing I want you to have on your online profile is in the very first paragraph. Keep it short, keep it sweet. It should be about 150 words or less. And the first sentence should be the 3 great adjectives that describe you. For example, mine would be, I am a fun, charismatic, dedicated person, and I love love. I'm going to use an example of Joe. Joe, I'm a person who loves my job. I'm dedicated to my children, and I enjoy dancing on Saturday nights. These 3 adjectives should describe your personality because it allows someone to connect to it. The next thing that you want to do to plan for success is have pre- and post-date support. A lot of us, before we go on dates, we feel a little nervous. So sometimes we start sweating, or we question our outfit, or we question the whole dating process. But if you have pre-date support, you can reach out to me in an email or reach out to a friend and say, hey, I'm feeling a little nervous. I could use some support here. Pre-date planning helps you with your success. It allows you to talk about your nerves, your feelings, or even your mistaken beliefs or limiting beliefs with someone. Post-date support is also essential because after a date, if you had a wonderful date experience, you're going to want to share that with someone. And sharing it with a close friend or someone who knows you well allows you to take the blinders off and really make a true assessment about this person. So you're not rushing into something with the blinders off. Or if you had a terrible experience, you know that you're going to have some support. So knowing that dating is a numbers game, having a killer online profile, and planning for pre- and post-date success are essential to plan for your dating success. And next, what do you do with a terrible date? We've all been on them. We've all been there. We've all done that, unfortunately. Sometimes we've even been the terrible date. So how do we handle these situations? What if someone ghosts on us? What if we're having a nice online conversation, or after the date, we thought we had a really great time, but we never hear back from this person? Ghosting can be extremely painful. It's a highly passive-aggressive behavior. So if someone ghosts on you, it's okay to feel the hurt. Talk about the hurt with a friend in your life or shoot me an email. I want to be there to support you, because when someone ghosts on you, that means you didn't have the opportunity to close the door or express your feelings. That's why it hurts so bad. And if you are a ghoster, stop today. The worst thing that you can do is ghost on someone and feed into your own passive-aggressive behavior. Ghosting is a huge no-no in my book. Next. What if someone shows up and they look nothing like their online profile? This can be a terrible date. Eek! If someone does not look like their online profile or is completely different than what they've represented. This is the time to stretch yourself and to speak your truth, to say, wow, I'm really surprised. You don't look, or you don't have the same characteristics or personality traits that you said you did online. I'm caught a little off guard here. However, I want to keep an open mind on the date. So let's have an experience, because a part of planning for success and having a great date is having an open mind and an open heart. However, if this person seems dangerous, if this person seems violent, or if this person seems mentally unstable, your safety comes first, point blank. Get out of there in whatever means necessary. Also, with a terrible date, what if the date is a no-show? If the date is a no-show, remember that idea of novelty. Plan a fun date for yourself. So if they don't show, that means you can still take yourself out with the world and you can still have a lovely time with yourself and build your self-confidence and practice stretching yourself, being out in the world by yourself. So what do we do to continue to grow love once we've been on a date? Because by this Friday or Saturday night, it is absolutely possible that you get a date by jumping online, reaching out to people with an online, or walking into Starbucks or the grocery store and just sparking conversation with people. The best place to get a date is still planet Earth, and I'm a huge advocate for online dating. And it's a numbers game, so the more people you reach out to or the more people you talk to, the more likely you'll be successful. So how do you continue to grow love? By learning and leaning in. When you're actually on the date, practice being fully present, being curious about the person, leaning in and speaking true. Speaking from your heart, leaning in and being present, you will cultivate and grow love. Even if you're not going to fall in love with this person, create a moment of fun, of excitement, of curiosity, of novelty for one night, and learn to make dating a fun, enriching experience. Because it's not about the other person. It's about you stretching yourself, learning and growing. Remember, each week we create an assignment for ourselves. So I want you to jump on the Facebook and think of one assignment that you're going to give yourself this week. Maybe it's reaching out to 10 people today on the online dating site, or maybe it's jumping on Thumbtack and finding a professional photographer. Maybe it means reaching out to someone that you ghost. Think of one assignment that you can stretch yourself to create a great date this Friday or Saturday night. Because dating is about romance, which equals love, which equals fulfillment.